College football is one of the most popular sports in the United States, and because of that popularity, it attracts a massive betting market every season. People who follow it closely often talk about odds, spreads, totals, and money lines as if they're part of the game itself. But for a beginner, all of this can feel confusing at first, especially if you're just hearing these terms for the first time. At its core, sports betting is simply predicting outcomes of games and assigning value to those predictions through odds. In college football, you are not just picking who wins or loses. You are often dealing with performance margins, total points scored, and other statistical expectations set by sportsbooks. These are companies that set the lines or predictions that the public bets against. One of the most common ways people talk about betting on college football is something called the money line. The money line is the simplest concept to understand. It is just picking which team will win the game outright. Each team is given odds based on how likely they are to win. A strong team might have very low returns because they are expected to win, while an underdog team might have higher returns because they are less likely to win. Even though it sounds simple, many beginners underestimate how unpredictable college football can be, especially because teams can be young, inconsistent, and heavily affected by home field advantage or injuries. Another very common concept is called the point spread. This is where things start to feel more complex for beginners. Instead of just picking the winner, the spread is designed to level the playing field between two teams. For example, if a strong team is favoured to win by 14 points, they must win by more than 14 points for a bet on them to succeed. The underdog, on the other hand, can either win the game outright or lose by less than 14 points and still cover the spread. This system is used because it makes games between uneven teams more balanced from a betting perspective. However, it also adds a layer of uncertainty that makes outcomes harder to predict. Then there is something called the over/under, also known as the total. This is not about which team wins at all. Instead, it focuses on the total combined score of both teams in a game. A sportsbook sets a number, like 48.5 points, and people decide whether they think the final score will be over or under that number. This is popular in college football because scoring can vary widely depending on team style, weather conditions, and pace of play. Some teams play very fast and score a lot, while others rely on defense and slow the game down significantly. Behind all of these betting types are odds, which are usually displayed in formats like positive and negative numbers. Negative numbers usually represent favourites, meaning that team is expected to win. Positive numbers represent underdogs. These odds also determine how much potential return is associated with a bet. The more likely an outcome is, the lower the return tends to be, and vice versa. Understanding odds is one of the most important parts of understanding how sports betting works in general. College football betting also changes depending on timing and context. Early in the week, odds might look different compared to game day. This is because sportsbooks adjust lines based on how people are betting and new information like injuries or weather conditions. A star quarterback being ruled out can completely change how a game is viewed, and the odds will shift to reflect that new reality. Because of this, betting lines are not static predictions. They are constantly moving based on information and public behaviour. Another important concept that beginners often hear about is public betting. This refers to how the general public is placing bets on a game. Sometimes sportsbooks adjust lines not because of what they believe will happen, but because they want to balance the amount of money on both sides. If too many people are betting on one team, the line might shift to make the other side more attractive. This is part of how sportsbooks manage risk, and it's something experienced observers pay attention to when analysing games. It is also worth understanding that college football is different from professional football in several ways that matter in betting contexts. College teams have younger players, which means performance can be less predictable. Blowouts are more common, but so are unexpected upsets. Coaching decisions, player development, and even emotional momentum can have a bigger impact than in professional leagues. This unpredictability is part of what makes college football exciting, but it also increases risk, when money is involved. Many beginners also hear about parlays. A parlay is when multiple outcomes are combined into a single wager. The potential payout becomes much larger, but every single selection must be correct for the bet to succeed. Even one wrong prediction causes the entire parlay to lose. While this sounds attractive because of the high potential return, it is also significantly harder to win compared to single game outcomes. This is one of the areas where many new bettors misunderstand risk versus reward. In addition to understanding these terms, it is important to recognise the psychological side of sports betting. College football fans often feel emotionally connected to teams, especially if they went to the school or follow it closely. This emotional connection can influence decision making and lead people to make choices based on loyalty rather than logic or data. Over time, that can create patterns of loss if not managed carefully. That is why experienced bettors often talk about discipline and detachment from personal bias when evaluating games. There is also a financial aspect that cannot be ignored. Betting should never be treated as a guaranteed way to make money. The odds are structured in a way that gives the sportsbook a built-in advantage over time. This means that even skilled predictors can lose in the short term due to variance. Randomness is always part of sports outcomes, and college football in particular can be unpredictable from week to week. For anyone learning about this topic, it is useful to focus on understanding rather than participation. Knowing how odds work, how spreads are set, and how totals are calculated can help you better understand sports media, commentary, and analysis that you see online or on television. It also helps explain why analysts often disagree about games, because they are interpreting the same information in different ways. Another thing that experienced observers pay attention to is trends. These are patterns that show how teams perform under certain conditions, such as home versus away games, performance after a loss, or performance against certain types of offenses or defenses. While trends can provide context, they are not guarantees. Every game is still influenced by many unpredictable factors, including injuries, weather, and in-game decisions. At a broader level, college football betting exists within a regulated industry in many regions. Licensed sportsbooks are required to follow rules designed to ensure fairness and transparency. However, not all platforms operate legally everywhere, which is why legality depends heavily on location. This is another reason why understanding the environment is important before engaging with anything related to sports wagering. Ultimately, college football betting revolves around prediction, probability, and risk. It takes a simple idea, guessing the outcome of a game, and turns it into a structured system with numbers, odds, and market behaviour. For beginners, the most important thing is not rushing into it, but taking time to understand how each part works, and recognising that unpredictability is always part of the process. Even though it is often presented in an exciting or entertaining way, it is still a system where outcomes are uncertain and losses are just as possible as wins. Understanding that balance is what separates casual curiosity from informed awareness.